Saban with a great run and brings the boom.
What's going on, guys? The Detroit Pistons have not been a fun team to watch this season, and I feel like one of the main problems has been coaching. You have Monty Williams, who has not performed up to the standard we were hoping for. I'm just seeing things night after night that I just can't defend or understand. Like, I was pretty excited about the hire, but as of right now, we are not looking good right now. We look like a terrible basketball team, and I feel like Monty Williams has to take the blame for a lot of this. Mainly because, like, I feel it's 50% Troy, 50% Monty right now. So that's where I'm at. The Pistons look better at Rico Hines than they did during this regular season. So that is a huge problem right now that we are having. Like, I just don't understand how, the team looks better, in pickup games than they do actually being coached and mentored by this coaching staff. So as of right now, we've seen the worst version of guys. We've seen the worst version of K. We've seen the worst version of Ivy, Duran, Stu, Ausar. We've seen the worst versions of all of our players, and it's really unfortunate because I feel like we were supposed to take this leap this season, and clearly this team, and that's not exactly on Monty Williams because the team is not constructed how it should be, honestly. So but right now this video is going to be on Monty Williams. The person I wanted to talk about was Jaden Ivey. He was the battleground between Troy Weaver and Monty Williams. So what's going on with Jaden Ivey? Jaden Ivey was this offensive player. He was this offensive talent that could get downhill, get to the rim just like that immediately, and get to the basket. And then you had Jalen Duran, we also drafted, and he would be the defensive anchor. Now, what has happened this year? Jalen Duran hasn't been that elite shot blocker, that elite defensive anchor that we've seen, and that's due to injuries and him just being tired because we don't have a backup center that can actually, be a backup center. We still have James Wiseman on the roster, and he's still getting played despite Mike Muscala being, available, and the Pistons just now getting Tosan and Woolman, and we'll get back to Tosan in a minute. But right now, Jaden Ivey, he's this offensive talent, but Monty Williams was like, we got to make this guy play defense. He has to be an elite defender if he wants to play on the floor. Okay, so I totally understood that. Jaden Ivey was getting cooked by literally everyone. He was getting cooked night in and night out. So I was like, okay, you can't have him on the floor at this state. So what happens? Jaden Ivey gets benched. And then as the season progresses, he gets better and better defensively. So I'm like, okay, Jaden Ivey is now playing defense. He should be getting more minutes. That did not happen. Monty Williams still was not playing him a ton of minutes. So that was annoying. That really bothered me because you asked him to do something and he did it, and his reward was he got a couple more minutes, but it wasn't like, yo, why isn't he the starter? As soon as he started playing defense, he should have immediately been a starter on this basketball team. The fact that he was not is pretty terrible in and of itself. And I made another video like, okay, well, this isn't going to work out because clearly Monty Williams is going to be here for a long time. And for whatever reason, it's not a basketball reason. It can't be a basketball reason that he does not like Jaden Ivey. And so I was like, okay, well, we need to trade Ivey and get as much value for him as possible. But you have to get rid of the coach because Troy Weaver, his whole thing was he got Russell Westbrook, and that is what catapulted his career. Outside of getting Carmelo at Syracuse, getting Russell Westbrook in a Thunder uniform was one of his big things. And Jaden Ivey is very similar to Russell Westbrook, so like he's not trading his golden child. So Monty Williams, like, you have to play this guy. Like, you have that, like, he's a cornerstone of the franchise. But that hasn't happened. That has not happened at all. Another thing is Ausar Thompson should not have been picked at 5 this season for obvious reasons. We see it now. His 3-point shot is not. See, when I first saw he was a starter for this team, I was like, okay, he was knocking down threes in practice, and that's why Monty Williams is comfortable with him being in the starting 5. And then we get to the regular season, and he's airballing every single shot. And that's not on Ausar Thompson. You know, his skills are his skills. That is clearly on Monty Williams for putting him in that position where he needs to be a 3-point shooter. And so many times this season, Cade Cunningham, like there was this one game recently that Cade threw the ball to Ausar in the corner twice because he was double teamed, and you could see Cade flinch. Like, he literally flinched because he knew he had made a mistake passing the ball to Ausar. So that is a problem in and of itself. Your franchise player has lost all confidence in the guy we just drafted. And then last night at the Phoenix Suns game, that was just full on terrible. I want to show you guys a couple plays where I was just like, okay, this is not it. I'm not feeling what I'm seeing right now. You got Cade over here with the basketball, and he's got he's got nothing going on. He's gonna get a screen from Jalen Duren, and he goes right into a double team, actually a triple team, because Kevin Durant is not guarding Ausar Thompson. So this is a problem with Ausar being a starter and playing with Cade. He just does not fit with Cade at all, or Jaden Ivey. So it's kind of redundant having him on the floor along with Jalen Duren. You got 2 non-shooters out here, and you got Cade who's going to do this pick and roll, and you're gonna have Kevin Durant here not even guard him.
Bradley Beal and Devin Booker did not play in the first meeting this season between these two.
And as you see right there, Cade is triple teamed. You got Grayson Allen is going to come from behind and steal the basketball. And then you got Yusuf Nurkic right there. And Kevin Durant right there. He's leaking off of Ausar Thompson. And this play is guarded pretty well by the Phoenix Suns.
Kevin Durant went for 41. Nurk there for another steal.
Now, here we go with Tosan and Woolman. Now, this is just a coach not knowing his personnel. Tosan and Woolman is not a knockdown 3-point shooter. He's not. The heck was that? I don't know. This is just not knowing your personnel. You see Tosan and Woolman right now at the bottom of your screen in the corner. He's not an elite 3-point shooter. He's not a sniper by any means necessary. His whole thing is that he's 6'8", and he's able to put the ball on the floor and, do a couple crossovers and whatnot. He can rebound the basketball. He can dunk. I would prefer him to play center over Wiseman because he can play in the pick and roll and whatnot. But instead, we have him in the corner like he's an elite 3-point shooter. And once again, Kevin Durant is able to leak out because that's a non-shooter playing next to Cade. So we got Duren and Tosan and Woolman on the floor together, which is not ideal. You'd rather have Tosan and Woolman backing up Jalen Duren, not playing next to him at the 4. So we'll run this clip, and you see once again Cade is going to run into a triple team once again. So this is our franchise player is getting triple teamed right here once again. So this is, of course, results in the turnover, just like the one earlier.
As it's stripped.
So yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. Then this is This is why he needs to be fired. Because why is Evan Fournier playing like serious NBA minutes? Like, he wasn't playing for the Knicks, a playoff team, for obvious reasons. Why is he over here playing for us? We've already tanked enough. All right, we have tanked enough. We've secured a bottom 3 spot this season. So this isn't tanking. This is Monty Williams trying his hardest. Why is Evan Fournier bringing the ball up floor like he's a point guard? What? Never in his career has Evan Fournier ever been able to do this. Bring the ball up floor, go in the pick and roll.
Kevin Durant, Saban Lee,
and turn the ball over. Like, I just don't understand what's happening there.
Kevin Durant, Saban Lee, and Drew Eubanks making their way to the...
Like, whose man is this? What is happening? What am I watching, bro? Like, I don't understand what I'm watching.
Scores table, Suns with another steal. Allen drops it off the ball.
And freaking Bol finishes off the plate.
That work paying off for Saban already.
What's
that work paying off.
Evan Fournier in the pick and roll in 2024, bro. Evan Fournier in the pick and roll, bro. I just can't. I can't. Evan Fournier in the pick and roll in 2024. What are we doing? What are we doing? What's
that
really
work paying off for Saban, already a season high 10 points. Already a season high 10 points.
What?
48.
Who are you throwing the ball to? And he's not. He's a guy who has always been just a shooter. And the fact that the Pistons were comfortable with him playing in the pick and roll like he's some pick and roll player, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. It's like you're asleep at the wheel, all right? Yank this guy off the court. He can't be out there. Evan Fournier should not be playing. James Wiseman should not be playing. Who else? There's a ton of players who should not be playing. We literally made a trade so these guys would not be playing. Just last night's game was so bad, bro. It was so terrible. Fontecchio continues to be the only bright spot during this trade. I'm sure Quentin Grimes will be okay, but like, you guys got to understand. And let me make this abundantly clear. Those two guys are okay. They'd be nice complementary players to a playoff team. But the Pistons aren't there yet. Their core isn't there yet. And as of right now, our coach ain't there yet. So I'm really hoping that, Tom Gores is okay with firing Monty Williams, because he's got to go, man. This is just not it. I can't sit here and watch this team get annihilated every single night. There's just no adjustments. The personnel, he has no idea what to do with the personnel. Prime example, Tosan and Woolman sitting in the corner. Jaden Ivey sitting in the corner. It's just like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? So, yeah, that's it for me. That's going to wrap up this video. Next video, we're going to talk about Troy Weaver. He's made some terrible decisions this year as well. I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Troy? But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Remember to hit that like button, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.